Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Now in today's session, we are going to start a new chapter, organizing. It is one of the important function of management, and the content which we are going to cover in this chapter are meaning and definitions of organizing, steps in the process of organizing, and importance of organizing. Now this is the first part of the chapter. The first part of the chapter includes meaning and definition of organizing, steps in the process of organizing, importance of organizing. Now, in the second part of the chapter, we are going to learn about various organizational structures. So, what is the meaning of organizational structure? There are different types of organizational structure. We are going to learn the suitability, your advantages and limitations of functional and divisional structure, and then we'll proceed towards learning the meaning, advantages and limitations of formal and informal organization. Then the last part of this chapter, we are going to learn about the meaning of delegation, importance of delegation, elements of delegation, and how delegation is different from decentralization. Now, in this video, we'll be covering the first part, that is meaning and definitions of organizing, steps in the process of organizing, and importance of organizing. To organize resources in a manner which leads to the accomplishment of objectives is basically the meaning of organizing. Organizing का मतलब क्या हुआ कि अपने जो organization है आपका उसके सारे resources, your material resources, your men, we have to organize those resources in such a manner that our organizational objectives is achieved. Structuring the work of an organization to adapt to the dynamic business environment. Now, what is the need for organizing the work? So, the key word is structuring the work of an organization to adapt to the dynamic बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट. बेटा हमारा जो बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट होता है, वी हैव लर्नड इन चैप्टर नंबर 3 आल्सो दैट द एनवायरनमेंट इन विच द बिजनेस इज फंक्शनिंग, इट्स डायनामिक, इट कीप्स ऑन चेंजिंग. इसके अंदर बार बार चेंज आते रहते हैं. तो अगर हम उन डायनामिक चेंजेस को अपने बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में अडेप्ट करना चाहते हैं, for that we need to have a very strong structure. We need to have a very strong organizational structure ताकि जो भी changes external environment में हो रहे हैं उनको हम easily और timely अपने business में incorporate कर सकें. अब अगेन क्वेश्चन अराइज होता है कि इनकॉर्पोरेट क्यों करने हैं वो सारे चेंजेस अपने बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट में. देखिए बेटा, अगर हम इनकॉर्पोरेट नहीं करेंगे वो सारे चेंजेस अपने बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट में, तो वी आर गोइंग टू लूज बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी. जो बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज हमारे पास हैं वो लूज हो जाएंगी. सो द बॉटम लाइन इज कि अगर हम अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर सेटअप नहीं करेंगे तो हमारे जो प्लान्स हैं वो प्रॉपरली इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं होंगे, रिसोर्सेज जुडिशियसली यूज नहीं होंगे, और जो भी बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट में, एक्सटर्नल बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट में चेंजेस हो रहे हैं उनको बिजनेस इजीली और क्विकली अडेप्ट नहीं कर पाएगा, एंड द बिजनेस इज गोइंग टू लूज द बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटी. The activities of an enterprise must be organized in such a manner that plans can be successfully implemented. The activities of an enterprise must be organized in such a manner. Activities कोई भी business enterprise की इस तरीके से organize होनी चाहिए कि जो भी हमने प्लान किया है, जो भी स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई है, पॉलिसीज बनाई हैं टू अकम्प्लिश द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, दोज प्लान्स कैन बी सक्सेसफुली implemented. So Organizing is a means for translating plans into action. तो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग क्या है? इट्स जस्ट अ मीन मतलब जरिया. जरिया किस चीज के लिए? टू accomplish the plan, whatever we have planned, to implement those plans. Organizing is a mean. So through organizing we can translate our plans into action. They are going to be at the stage of implementation. The organizing function leads to the creation of an organizational structure which include the designing of roles to be filled by suitably skilled people. तो organizing function क्या है? Organizing function बेटा, इसके अंदर we are going to learn about how to create the various organizational structure. और organizational structure में हम क्या करते हैं? हम डिजाइन करते हैं that what needs to be done in different departments, who is going to lead that department, what should be the profile of the person who is going to lead that department. और ये सारा हम इसलिए करते हैं ताकि हम अपना ग्राउंड वर्क कर लें for our next function of management, that is staffing. So we need to define the roles to be filled by suitably skilled people. Thirdly, in organizing, we need to define the interrelationships also that are going to exist between the superior and the subordinate. So, defining the interrelationship between these roles so that ambiguity in performance of duties can be eliminated. कोई confusion नहीं हो कि किसने क्या करना है, किसको कौन काम असाइन करेगा, किसकी रिपोर्टिंग किसकी तरफ होगी. For that, this, for defining all these functions, for defining all these roles, for defining all these interrelationships, we are having organizing function. So the meaning of organizing is, organizing essentially implies a process. Organizing एक process है which coordinates human efforts, assemble resources and integrates both into a unified whole to be utilized for achieving specified objectives. Fine. तो अगर हम इसके keywords pick करें to understand the true meaning of organizing, सबसे पहले organizing एक process है. It's a process. Fine. क्या होता है इसके अंदर? It coordinates the human effort. Now people who are working in different departments, their effort is being coordinated, assembles resources, judicious application of resources, division of resources among various departments take place, and then finally integrates both means human effort and resources into a unified whole. What is the purpose for integrating both human effort and assembling of resources? So that all the resources including human effort can be utilized. Purpose is for achieving specified organizational goals. So let's recapitulate it again. I hope all of you have understood it and by this time have learnt it also. याद हो गया होगा आपको that organizing essentially implies a process which coordinates human efforts, assembles resources and integrates both into a unified whole to be utilized for achieving specified objectives. So the definition of organizing is, organizing can be defined as a process. It's a process that initiates implementation of plans. Whatever we have planned, the initiation for the implementation of the plan starts when we start doing the organizing, start performing the organizing function. Now, how can the implementation starts? By clarifying jobs and working relationships and effectively deploying resources for the attainment of identified and desired results, that means goals. I hope the definition of organizing is clear to all of you. Now let's proceed towards the various definitions of organizing given by various management experts. This definition in front of your screen is given by Lewis Allen. According to him, organizing is a process of identifying and grouping the work to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility and authority, and establishing relationships for the purpose of enabling people to work most effectively together in accomplishing objectives. Again, the same phrases, the same terms, but yes, presented in a different manner. ऑर्गेनाइजिंग एक प्रोसेस है. हम क्या करते हैं उसमें, सबसे पहले आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं और सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटीज को ग्रुप कर देते हैं. फाइनली ग्रुप करके डिपार्टमेंट जब सेटअप हो जाते हैं, देन वी डिफाइन एंड डेलीगेट द अथॉरिटी एंड द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के इस डिपार्टमेंट में कितने लोग काम करेंगे, कौन उनको लीड करेगा, किसके पास कितनी अथॉरिटी होगी और कितनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होगी. देन व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी द रिपोर्टिंग रिलेशनशिप, कौन किसको आंसरेबल होगा. और पर्पस क्या है ये सारी एक्टिविटी का, पर्पस इज enabling people to work most effectively together for the purpose of accomplishment of overall organizational goals. The next definition is given by Theo Heman. According to him, organizing is the process of defining and grouping the activities of the enterprise and establishing authority relationships among them. Again, short and simple. You can use this definition as a concluding line in various, when you are answering various questions from this chapter organizing. तो आप इसको as a concluding line, in order to have a good impression on the examiner, you can use any one of the definition as a concluding line while writing your answers. Now let's come to the steps in the process of organizing. अब देखिए सारी डेफिनेशंस में हमने यही पढ़ा है कि सबसे पहले ऑर्गेनाइजिंग एक प्रोसेस है. हम इसके अंदर क्या करते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं काम को कि क्या काम करता है, आइडेंटिफाइंग and dividing the similar kind of an activities, grouping the similar kind of an activities. So the first step of organizing is identification and division of work. Fine. हम पहले देखते हैं क्या काम करना है. फाइन. और काम को डिवाइड कर लेते हैं. सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ एन एक्टिविटीज आर बीइंग divided and then finally grouped together and a department is set up. So the second step of organizing is departmentalization. जो आप similar kind of group को activities को group कर लेते हो, तो वो हम ये decide कर लेते हैं कि ये activities इस डिपार्टमेंट में एग्जीक्यूट होंगी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हायरिंग या ह्यूमन रिसोर्स से रिलेटेड जितने भी क्वेरीज होंगी उनको मोटिवेट करना, उनके पे पैकेज देखना, है ना, तो वो सारा काम एचआर डिपार्टमेंट करेगा. सो similar kind of an activities are grouped together and are going to be taken care by a single department. अब procurement department है, यहाँ पर procurement department is also known as purchase department. तो organization की सारी purchasing procurement department करेगा, purchase department करेगा. Marketing department है, so organization का सारी marketing activities is going to be taken care by the marketing department. So this is what the objective of departmentalization is. Then the third step in organizing is assignment of duties. Now we have decided that how many different departments will be there, who is going to lead that department, how many workers will be working under one superior, and then finally the assignment of duties take place. And the last step in the organizing is establishing reporting relationships. That means how much authority is there in the superior's hand and how much authority he can delegate and how is going to be the reporting relationships in the organization that are going to work between the superior and the subordinate. Now let's proceed towards the detailed discussion or the explanation of the process of these steps in the process of organizing. First is identification and division of work. Identifying the work that has to be done in accordance with previously determined plan is the first step in organizing. The work is divided into manageable activities so that duplication can be avoided and the burden of the work can be shared among the employees. So basically, the objective of performing this first step of organizing is कि वर्क इस तरीके से डिवाइड हो जाए, इतनी मैनेजेबल एक्टिविटीज में डिवाइड हो जाए ताकि एक काम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में एक ही डिपार्टमेंट करे, कोई डुप्लीकेशन ऑफ एफर्ट नहीं हो कि एक काम दो तीन डिपार्टमेंट साइमल्टेनियसली कर रहे हैं. वन वर्क शुड बी डन मैनेज्ड बाय one department only so that duplication of work is avoided and the burden of work can be shared among the employees. Second step is departmentalization. Activities which are similar in nature are grouped together and grouping process is called departmentalization. Departments can be created using several criteria such as your any of the bases can be territory like there could be a department who is going to look after the north zone territory, a department who is going to look after the east zone territory. So department can be created territory wise also or product wide also, even activities wise also. Then the third step is assignment of duties. Once department have been formed, each of them is placed under the charge of an individual. जब departments form हो जाते हैं तो हर एक department को एक इंचार्ज को असाइन कर देते हैं. Jobs are then allocated to the members of the department in accordance to their skills and competence. And then after the allocation of department, jobs are going to be assigned to the members, to the employees who are working in that department, and allocation is going to be dependent upon the skills and competence. Fine. Skills और competence के basis पर jobs assign हो जाते हैं among the various members in each department. We have to ensure that proper match is made between the nature of a job and the ability of a individual. Okay, if an individual is an expert in finance domain and you have placed that individual in the marketing domain, so he cannot perform, he cannot give his best to the organization. A person who is an expert in a finance domain should be placed in the finance department so that the organization can be benefited by his expertise. Let's take another example. One person is an expert in marketing domain. फाइन, और हम मार्केटिंग बहुत अच्छे से कर सकता है वो, और हमने उस पर्सन को लेट्स से परचेज डिपार्टमेंट में डाल दिया. सो ऑब्वियसली हम उस पर्सन की जितने भी पोटेंशियल है, जो एक्सपर्टीज है, उसको फुली एक्सप्लोर नहीं कर पाएंगे. सो दैट इज व्हाई द लास्ट लाइन ऑफ दिस स्टेप इज दैट प्रॉपर मैच इज टू बी मेड बिटवीन द नेचर ऑफ अ जॉब and the ability of the individual. And finally, the fourth step of the organizing process is establishing reporting relationship. Each individual should also know who he has to take order from and to whom he is accountable. लास्ट स्टेप में ऑर्गेनाइजिंग में हर एक एम्प्लॉय को, जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम कर रहा है, उसको ये पता होना चाहिए कि उसने ऑर्डर्स किससे लेने हैं और फाइनली ऑर्डर्स को एग्जीक्यूट करके किसको रिपोर्ट करना है. The establishment of such clear relationships help to create a hierarchical structure and helps in coordination amongst various departments. Fine. So if we recapitulate the points of the organizing step of the organizing process, the first step is identification and division of work. Second, departmentalization. Third, assignment of duties, and last, establishing reporting relationships. I hope that the organizing process is clear to all of you. Now let's come to the next part of this chapter, that is importance of organizing. Now beta, up till now we have learned about the meaning and definition of organizing, and now we are well versed with the organizing process also. So we are now in a position to state the importance of organizing, कि ये important क्यों है, ये function किसी भी organization के लिए इतना important क्यों है. सबसे पहला point of importance is survival and growth. It helps in the survival and growth of an organization and equips it to meet various challenges. बेटा हमने अभी जब मीनिंग डिफाइन कर रहे थे तो हमने बोला था कि ये ऑर्गेनाइजिंग फंक्शन हमारे लिए इसलिए इतना इम्पोर्टेंट फंक्शन है क्योंकि वॉट एवर डायनामिक चेंजेस आर बीइंग टेकिंग प्लेस इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, इफ आवर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर इज स्ट्रॉन्ग, अगर हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्ट्रक्चर जो है वो स्ट्रॉन्ग है और अच्छे से सेटअप हुआ है, देन it is going to result into adoption of the dynamic changes which are taking place in the external environment of the business very easily. फाइन. लेकिन अगर मेरा स्ट्रक्चर स्ट्रांग नहीं होता तो मुझे चेंजेस को इम्प्लीमेंट करने में टाइम लग जाता है. बिकॉज सी, समझने की कोशिश कीजिए, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग स्ट्रक्चर जो होता है ना बेटा, जो हायरार्कियल स्ट्रक्चर होता है, ये मेरे को लाइन ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन भी डिफाइन करके देता है. जब हम कहते हैं हु इज गोइंग टू रिपोर्ट टू हुम, कौन एम्प्लॉय किससे काम लेगा और किसको रिपोर्ट करेगा, सो अ चेन ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन is also going to be established on the basis of this organizational structure. और हम जितना efficiently, effectively communicate कर पाएंगे उतनी जल्दी ही हम changes को अपने organization में adopt कर पाएंगे. We will be at par with the market, so it helps in growth and survival of the organization in long run. The second importance of organizing is benefits of specialization. Systematic allocation of job among the workforce takes place. Reduction of the workload of the employee organizing enhances the productivity because of the specific workers performing a specific job on a regular basis. And lastly, the repetitive performance of a particular task allows the worker to gain experience in that area and leads to specialization. देखिए बेटा, जब हम डिपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन करते हैं और वर्कर्स को काम असाइन करते हैं among different departments, so each of the worker is an expert in his own area. वो जिस डिपार्टमेंट में काम कर रहे हैं उस डिपार्टमेंट में those specific workers will be performing that specific job on a regular basis. उससे क्या फायदा होगा? That they are performing the repeated task, so they are gaining experience in that particular area and they will be specialized in that area. So और अगर worker specialized है तो that will lead to efficiency, increase in efficiency of work, productivity increase होगी, कम error commit होंगे, cost भी less होगी, and all this is going to result into increase in profits of the organization. So the first point of importance was survival and growth. Second, benefit of specialization. The third point of importance of organizing is clarity in working relationships. So organizing helps in establishment of working relationships. There is going to be a clarity in line of communication, क्योंकि अभी मैंने आपके साथ पिछले स्लाइड में डिस्कस किया that your hierarchical structure which we are establishing in the organizing process is going to be a base for defining the line of communication, and this also specifies the reporting relationships. It removes the ambiguity in transfer of information and instruction, helps in creating a hierarchical order, and in turn helps in fixing the responsibility and specification of the extent of authority to be exercised by an individual. So all this is going to help in clarity of working relationships, and if the working relationships are clarified, there is no confusion, no ambiguity. It is very easy to fix up the responsibility if anything goes wrong on a particular department or on a particular individual. So that is why organizing is important. The fourth point of importance is optimum utilization of resources. Now, this function leads to the proper usage of all material, financial, and human resources, as it avoids overlapping of work and duplication of work. It makes it possible by avoiding overlapping of work and duplication of work. It makes it possible the best use of resources. Lastly, organizing helps in preventing confusion and minimizing the wastage of resources and effort. So up till now, we have learned 4 points of importance. First was for survival and growth. Second, second point was benefit of specialization. Third point, clarity in working relationships. And fourth point of importance is optimum utilization of resources. The fifth point of importance is adaptation to change. Again, this point we have picked up when we were discussing the meaning of the organizing. It allows the organization structure to be suitably modified. Revision of interrelationships among managerial level pave the way for the smooth transition, and thus it helps in providing stability in the organization. Fine. So whenever some changes are taking place in the external environment, there may be a requirement to modify the organizational structure. A sound organizational structure helps in adapting the change which is taking place in the external environment, and thus provides stability in long run. The next point of importance is effective administration. Beta, all this, whatever we have discussed so far, is going to lead towards the implementation of effective administration. How? When there is clear description of job and related duties, there is no confusion and duplication of work, reporting relationships are clarified. So all this is going to bring effectiveness in the administration. And the last point of importance is development of personnel. Organizing stimulates creativity among the managers. Effective delegation allows the managers to reduce their workload by assigning routine jobs to their subordinate. Effective delegation allows the manager to develop new methods and ways of performing task. Fine. क्योंकि see, when we are delegating, delegation का मतलब होता है, पहले delegation का मतलब समझ लेते हैं बेटा. Delegation का मतलब होता है to transfer the authority by the manager to his immediate subordinate. Now, what is the purpose of transferring the authority by the manager to his immediate subordinate? So that he can concentrate on those areas which requires his expertise, and routine type task can be assigned to the subordinate. तो इससे हमारे दो बेनिफिट होते हैं. सबसे पहले सबॉर्डिनेट्स गेट द ट्रेनिंग. किस चीज की ट्रेनिंग? सबॉर्डिनेट अब वो काम कर रहा है जो कि जिसको करने की अथॉरिटी या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मैनेजर के पास थी. तो द सबॉर्डिनेट इज गोइंग टू हैव द नॉलेज of that work which was supposed to be performed by manager, and in turn he is being trained. And finally, manager can use his time or his energy or his creativity or expertise in the areas which are more crucial, which are more important. So effective delegation allows the manager to develop new methods and new ways of performing the task, and in turn, the development of personnel all over the organization takes place. So, the various points of importance discussed in this heading, that is importance of organizing, are: first, survival and growth; second, benefits of specialization; third, clarity of working relationship; fourth, optimum utilization of resources; fifth, adaptation to change; sixth, effective administration; and seventh, the last point, development of personnel. If you want to develop an acronym for the same, you can develop it on your own. I hope that point all the points of the importance of organizing is clear to all of you. According to the NCERT book, the last point of importance is expansion and growth. Though we have covered up this point when we started discussing this topic, importance of organizing, the first point we said was it was survival and growth. The last point of importance as per NCERT is expansion and growth. So expansion means to increase your scale of business operation, fine. And uh, growth growth can take place, either through expansion or by diversification also. Diversification का मतलब होता है बेटा, to get yourself or to expand your business in different lines of business. मतलब अगर आप let's say टेक्सटाइल का बिजनेस कर रहे हैं और अगर आप स्टील के बिजनेस में आ जाते हैं, टेलीकम्युनिकेशन के बिजनेस में आ जाते हैं, तो यानी कि आपने जो ग्रो किया है किसके थ्रू किया है, डाइवर्सिफाई करके. पहले आप एक लाइन ऑफ बिजनेस में डील कर रहे थे, देन you have started with the second line of business. That means you have diversified. That is there, it means that growth through diversification. So by setting up of strong organizational structure, the last point of importance, expansion and growth of the enterprise, takes place. Taking up the organization is ready for taking up the new challenges. It allows a business enterprise to add more job positions, departments, and even diversify their product line. तो जैसे जैसे हम business करते जाते हैं, and if our organizational structure is strong enough, so there is a scope for adding more jobs and departments in the organization. Slowly and gradually, when we expand and even diversification takes place in the organization. New geographical territories can be added to current areas of operations also. So, in nutshell, if we conclude, we say that organizing as a function of management is going to help the manager to bring order out of chaos. It removes the conflict among the people over work or responsibility sharing. And lastly, it creates an environment suitable for teamwork. So, hope all the points of importance of organizing process, meaning and definition of organizing are clear to all of you. I hope you have enjoyed learning all these topics today. In the next session, we'll be discussing about the various organizational structure. That's all for today from my side. Thank you very much.